Rheneas and Skarloey were talking quietly to Cludee next morning when Duncan stormed up, followed by Sir Handel. "Hello," chuckled Rheneas. "Here we go." "And nearly came off," fumed Duncan. "Those coaches pushed me. The thing controller said they didn't. He says I kept a bad lookout. 'We've no money to mend you,' he said, 'and if it happens again, I'll leave you at the back of the shed.' Why does he always pick on me? It's no fair." Skarloey said nothing. He just grinned at Rheneas. "As you were saying, Cludee," remarked Rheneas, "you had 2 coaches on your trial trip. Did you ever take more?" "No, our line is so steep that we're only allowed 1. We each have our own. Mine's called Catherine. I know her well. That's most important."
"Why?"
asked Sir Handel.
"They're only coaches."
"Ours," said Cludee, "are something more. You push your coaches and you can see ahead. We push ours up so we can't see. They watch the line for us. The guard watches too, of course, but Catherine's so clever that I know at once if anything is wrong." "That must take a load off your mind, said Skarloey. Cludee smiled. "But not off my buffers. Climbing's hard work. I need a lot of steam. My fireman and I have a tiring time. Coming downhill," he went on, "it's different. Catherine and I just roll. We need no steam for that." Sir Handel sighed enviously.
"I should like that,"
he said.
"With your automatic brakes, it sounds like a rest cure."
"That," replied Cludee, "was just the mistake poor Godred made." "Who," asked the little engines, "is Godred?" "Godred was our number 1, and named after a king," Cludee replied. "Perhaps that went to his smokebox and made him conceited. He never kept a good lookout. He would roll down the line looking anywhere but at the track. 'You'll have an accident,' I told him. 'Pooh,' he said, 'I've got all magnetic brakes, haven't I? And Driver's got his air brake. What more do you want?' 'More sense from you,' I said. 'No engine can stop at once if he isn't ready to obey his driver's controls.'" "The first thing a young engine learns," agreed Skarloey. "Godred never learned sense. His driver and fireman and the manager all spoke to him. They even looked him over to see if anything was wrong, but he still went on in the same old way. One day I was going up and waited it at a station for Godred coming down to pass me. As I waited, so it happened. One moment he was on the track, the next his driver and fireman jumped clear as he rolled over. No one was hurt. His coach stayed on the rails and the guard braked her to a stop. They brought Godred home next day. 'We've no money to mend you,' said our manager, 'so you'll go to the back of the shed.' As time went on, poor Godred got smaller and smaller until nothing was left. What happened?" asked Duncan anxiously. "It's not nice to talk about," said Cludee. "But what happened? Why isn't it nice?" "Our drivers use Godred's parts to mend us," answered Cludee mournfully. Sir Handel and Duncan were unusually silent long after Cludee had gone home. Neither Skarloey or Rheneas never mentioned that Cludee had made the story up.